Hey, I'm back with the work drama and the drama of Friday. Well, I was talking about how, I just wanted to take some pills, and I talked to my boyfriend and I just wanted to take some pills, lay down, and just sleep. Well, he interpreted that I wanted to take my life, and it's not that. I do get to the point where sometimes I just want to lay down and just forget everything and forget everybody, and sometimes I do get to that point where it's in my head, but I don't actually think I would do it. Oh, hell, I don't know. Sometimes I get to the breaking point where, you think about it. I guess everybody's thought about it. At least I think everybody's thought about it. But anyway, moving on to other things. To top things off on Friday, after talking to my boyfriend, he said, well, don't do anything stupid, and I don't want to see you if you're going to take a bunch of pills, and I don't want you coming here, and I don't want you being around my kids, and blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't taking anything. I wasn't taking anything at all. Only thing I took was my medication that I was supposed to take for the day and what the doctor had prescribed for me. I never just take pills not to be taking pills. I take the prescribed medication that the doctor gives me. That's all I ever do. Now, I will say that sometimes I do take a little bit more than what I'm supposed to at one given time. But I think all of us have done that at some point in time. Well, anyway, on Friday night, I was supposed to come back to his house early. I had done his laundry and my laundry, and I was all happy, and I'd gotten stuff for Christmas, and we were supposed to decorate his house for Christmas. We're supposed to have a good old time this weekend with the kids, doing Christmas stuff, having Christmas decorations, and all the 9 yards. And then I tell him what happened at work. Well, he says, I don't understand why you can't go back to work. You need to get your ass back to work. You're going to get... Ugh. Sorry, can't talk. He goes, you need to get your ass back to work. I haven't seen you. You've been around here all week, and you seem like you're perfectly fine, and you need to get back to work. I said, you haven't seen me all the time. You're at work. I said, you saw me when I came back from my dad's. You saw me break down outside while your kids were here. I said, I asked you to come outside because I was so emotionally upset that I broke down out in your driveway. I was screaming and crying. I was emotionally blubbering. I was crying so hard that he was telling me, shh, shh, because, people would probably come out of their homes because I was crying so loud. And I was crying uncontrollably. I couldn't help it. There's probably going to be a part 3 to this. I'm sorry. I've just got to get this out, and if nobody wants to listen to me, that's fine. This is my blog, this is my place to talk, and I'm going to talk here, even if I'm talking to myself. So, anyway, I said, you don't see me being emotional? I said, I could barely even leave you today. I was so crying, and I know I'm doing something that I really shouldn't be doing. I'm becoming dependent on him, and I've got to get away from that. And I've got to not do that. And I'm beginning to become dependent on him for things that I shouldn't be. Not money or anything like that, but just not really support, but I like him to be there with me to do things. I like him to take me places, and I like him to not take me to dinner and stuff like that. God, we haven't even had excuse me, I've got to get a drink. Sorry. Not to take me out to dinner. We actually never ever had a real date as far as me and him going out on a date together alone without the kids. Yeah, we've never actually had a date. But anyway, getting back to what I'm talking about. I said, I am very emotional. I could barely leave him on Friday. I started crying and hugging him so tight he could barely get away from me. And then that's when he said, well, you're a big girl. You can do this yourself. You can go home and you can do this and you can do that. Yes. Excuse excuse me, golly. I have this horrible indigestion all the time. I guess it's all the pills I take. I needed that sigh. Anyway, he said, you're a big girl, you can do this on your own. You can go and do this and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, yeah, I can do this, And so I went and did what I needed to do and all that. And once I get away from him, I'm fine, and I can do things and everything. And it's not that. I guess I'm becoming a little bit dependent on him where I shouldn't. But, back to the thing where he said, I think you should get your ass back to work or you're going to lose your job. You should just tell your doctor, you got to go back to work. And go back to work. I said, you don't understand. Once my doctor has faxed something to my work saying that I am supposed to be off until the 22nd by doctor's orders, oh hell, my work will not let me come back to work until I have a doctor's release stating that I am stable enough to come back to work. Or, not stable enough, but, that I have been released from the doctor's hands, or the doctor's, whatever you want to call it, that I have been released from the doctor to come back to work, basically. They need a doctor's release. And my work is very picky about that. They have to have that in their hands. They have to have that signature and that statement exactly in their hands. My work is one of the pickiest works about paperwork, and I'm sure that everybody is picky about paperwork. But my work is one of the pickiest. I mean, they are, how should I say, our human resource department is like killer. They are like, they just want everything so. Everything has to be so. And I understand that, and they're doing their job and everything, but they can hound you at times and be very, when you're sick and when you're down, they can really get you down, more down than what you need to be. I'm starting to lose my voice. Me and my boyfriend Steve, we kind of got like a touch of like a cold or something, I guess, where we've been running in and out all weekend. But, so anyway, I'm faced with this, with work basically telling me I'm going to lose my job. My dad getting on me about going home and wanting me to leave my boyfriend here, which, I'm 250 miles from home. How am I going to have a relationship with Steve if I'm, like that far from, it's just impossible to have a long distance relationship. I'm almost 35 years old. I will be, on December 19th, I will be 35 years old. I have fucking been through this shit with men. I've finally found somebody I love again. I've loved one person in my life. I loved him for 2 years. 2.5 years, I loved him. And we got pregnant and almost had a child, and I lost it. And I lost him. And now I'm in love again. I'm finally found somebody that I'm in love with again. And he's ready to walk out. Because he doesn't know if he can handle my problems, my depression. And I'm really trying to be happy and everything. And it's not about him. It's just this depression. I can't get out of this depression. And I try to explain to him, it's not you, honey. It's not you. It's me. And it really is me. I just don't know how to explain. I really do not know how to explain it to him. So on top of, I'm going to run out of time. So I should just, make part 3. Part 3 of this shit. And coming to, it's just, I don't know how to explain it to him. How do you explain to someone that you can't beat this depression crap? It's stuff in your head. It's just stuff in your head. And I'm not mental. I'm just depressed.